You're in the mix.
SKM presents Strictly for the Music Podcast. You are now live with the #1 podcast for all upcoming artists worldwide.
It's the real
deal.
Welcome back to another episode of Strictly for the Music Podcast. I'm your host, SKN. The next guest I got live and direct is a solo hip-hop artist. He's influenced by acts like Lil Wayne, Wiz Khalifa, and the great Nipsey Hussle. With 2 singles out, Dear God and Blessed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcoming to Mob Scene.
Hey, man. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly, big dog.
Thank you, sir. Like I said, I greatly appreciate the opportunity of being on here. I want to give a big shout out to my peoples. It's Mob Scene up in here with Strictly for the Music. This is SKS, right? Is that what called?
SKN, big dog.
SKN. Okay. I just been calling you JD, bro. That's how I know you by.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. You know, we all got stage names, you know. But hey,
Hell yeah.
big dog, let me tell you something, man. I appreciate you coming on this podcast, man, because, man, you got some dope music, dog, that people don't know, but they're going to find out right now. So let's get right into it, man. Describe your music.
All right. Well, I basically hip hop, rap. I'm real experimental. I try to step outside my comfort zone a lot, but you'll hear a lot of hard beats. I try to mess around with a lot of maybe crunk, dirty South type beats. Not too much East Coast type stuff, not too much West Coast. And I try to maybe blend a little bit of Midwest and dirty South. Whereas the Midwest, we're kind of known for fast rapping, drill rapping, speed rapping, emo rap, Phil shit, Detroit, Ohio, places like that, And, I'm trying to incorporate maybe a little bit of like the South type stuff, like from Atlanta or Memphis, Tennessee. I also really like 36 Mafia too.
Dope, bro. Dope. So what age were you and what inspired you to do music?
I was probably about maybe 21 or 22. And I've always wanted to do music ever since I was a kid, or like ever since like junior high days. We used to mess around, but we never really took anything seriously. Me and my best friends, we're all about it. But throughout the years, we've had people come and go. I've seen this person do this thing. I thought, man, I want to try it out, So I was like, I used to take it like not so serious when I had a group. But now it's kind of like I'm taking it more serious. Like it's kind of like building into something like a career almost,
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So to everyone out there, man, can you plug in your social media before we go any further so they can all go follow you and go check you out if you had a YouTube channel?
Of course, of course. Yeah, my handle is at the last MOB or the last mob. That's THALASTMOB. And you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud. Just look me up. I'll be a Mob Scene. That's 2 words, Mob Scene. And you can find my music on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. You can also find it on Google Play and Amazon.
All right, big dog. Hell yeah. So you're already established artist. You've got music popping on all major streaming platforms. Yeah. So let me ask you this, man. Let's start from the beginning. What was the first beat that you heard that you started rapping to, and how did that song come out?
It was, the first beat that I started rapping to, it wasn't, it never got recorded, never got released. It was like more or less like a freestyle session. And I think it was like Jay-Z, or it might have been Little John or something, but that's how long ago it was. And I just remember feeling the beats, like the early 2000s was a really big, wave. But as far as the first song I got to record, it was probably Who Shot You from Biggie.
Damn, that's dope,
I used to download beats from this website called oldschoolhiphop.com. I don't know if they're still around or not, but big shout out to them. Like they kind of like really got me into like the whole vibe of like, this was when it was really hard to find beats online and stuff too. And like producers weren't really like into the beat marketing game just yet. Like that hadn't really been established. That was like a new thing. So it was back then because people would ask me, "Oh, where do you get your beats? Where do you get your beats?" And I was like, "Oh, I find them on this little site called Hot New Hip Hop." So they were basically, oh no, it was old school hip hop. It was basically old school rappers. Like there was KRS-One, like they had all their music, but then they had copies of their instrumentals too, and then you could buy like the vinyls. So I was like, "Damn, that's dope." And then I would just rap over their stuff, and then yeah, that's just how it started.
Hell yeah, man. That's what's up, man. So shout out Ultimate Hip Hop for hooking the homie up with some beats,
Yeah.
So let's discuss the catalog, man.
Yeah.
You already said you're already on all major streaming platforms, but how many albums are we talking about? How many songs? How many collabs do we got? Can we get into detail, big dog?
All right. Well, like honestly, I lost count once we started dropping mixtapes in like high school, because like I said, we didn't really take it too seriously. We were just rapping just to be rapping, just wanted to sound good on the beat, which we were. And then we were kind of all about the creative side. We weren't really into the promo game. We weren't really into radio. We weren't really into, getting our name out there, trying to be heard. We were just trying to do that hit and miss type shit. Like, oh, if you build it, they'll come type, mentality, just young and dumb artists, but that's how you got to start out. You kind of got to get your feet wet when you don't know what the hell you're doing. You got to fucking get yourself in the game. And, you can't just drop music, put it on SoundCloud and expect to go somewhere. You got to push it. You got to talk to people and let people know what you're doing, and establish your brand and let people know what you're doing is real.
Hell yeah, man. So you don't know how many mixtapes you dropped? How many albums have you dropped so far?
Yeah, I was going to give you guys a guesstimate. I'd say we dropped like 2 mixtapes in high school. I dropped a solo mixtape a few years ago. So I would say about 3 mixtapes, 1 official. It got posted to hotnewhiphop.com, but then it got taken down because I just wasn't active on my page. And like I said, I was in that old mentality of, I'm just going to drop this and then move on to my next thing. I never put no love and nourishment into it. I never nurtured it, watered it, never let it grow, whereas like now I'm kind of trying to do something different. I never made any albums yet. And because if I do make an album, I want it to be a real album. I don't want it to be, official. So, but that costs money. So I'm going to work my way there. Plus, the reason I've never really dropped an album is because that's like a thing of the past for new artists. Why would I drop an entire album when people don't even know who I am, when people are, just clicking on one song from this artist, one song from that artist. People are all about playlists and streams nowadays. That's why album sales are kind of low for rappers. They've kind of always been low, so it's like, it kind of don't make sense. Why drop an entire album project, when from an artist, that nobody's ever heard of. Like I said, this is your first time hearing about me. And it's probably going to be a lot of other people's first time hearing about me when they hear this,
Hell yeah, man. It ain't my first time hearing about you. I tell you that.
But, so then, as far as like my singles, that's kind of what I'm focused on right now. I'm focused on dropping singles, and I'm going to gear up to drop an EP. So that'll be like maybe 4 or 5 songs. And but before I do that, while people are waiting for that, I'll be going to work on a mixtape, and the mixtape will be all free, and that'll be uploaded to sites like DatPiff, Live Mixtapes, My Mixtapes, Hot New Hip Hop, stuff like that. It'll be all free. It'll be on SoundCloud. You don't got to pay for it or nothing. You can just download.
Dope, bro. That's dope. So the way you think, man, I have to leave it up to you, man. You know what you're doing, because it makes sense to me, man. Why drop an album when But people
I will say and say maybe the mixtape probably be out by fall or wintertime. Like I said, after my new song is coming out July 31st. It's called Dear God. You guys can preview that, and I dedicate that to my homie Dion. And after that song comes out, and I'm gonna wait to drop another song. That's kind of my strategy. Like I said, this song, Dear God, I want to talk about that real quick. It's coming out on July 31st. And my friend Dion had just recently passed away. He was a rapper as well, and he mixed and mastered that song for me. So he basically produced it for me, and that's why that song is special. And I didn't even know he had passed away, and I've been getting ready to gear up to release this song, and I was gonna start looking for him to let people know that, hey man, this is my bro. He mixed and mastered this shit. And then, it's like I found out like 2 days ago, I found out he was gone. I was like, oh man. So I dedicate that song to him. It'll be out July 31st. And I just, rest in peace to him, and prayers for his family and his loved ones. He was a good guy, and he was a kind of like a mentor for me and my friends who wanted to make music, because he was doing it before we did it. He kind of put us on, put us on the bigger thing, the bigger picture. You got to work with people like that. You got to work with people that have been doing it longer than you, so they can kind of show you the way. So shout out to his family.
Hell yeah, they gotta show you the ropes, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, man. You're producer, man. Let me ask you this. What was the best advice he has ever given you?
My friend Dion?
Yeah.
Well, he would say things about like, oh man, that's a good question, because like I'm just barely like reminiscing about our times in the studio. And he would always say things like, he would always say, you need to get your music mastered. You need to get your music mastered, and you want to own your masters. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that yet or not, but that, that you got to get into getting your music sounding good quality, and that goes for everything, your album artwork, how it sounds, your production quality, how does the beat sound, is, got to go in and turn the levels down, are you really messing with all your effects and EQ and compression? Once it's all mixed down and, mixed down good, then you take it down to get mastered, so it can be presentable for, record companies, record labels, and record deals. But like I said, once you get your music posted, that's not even half the battle. That's the tip of the iceberg. Just because you put your music out there, it doesn't mean people are going to automatically click on it. They're not going to know what to do. That's what the consumer does. You got to bring it right to their front door, right to their, put it right in their face, let them know. And, good thing to do is ask for feedback from people. How does this sound? So do I need to go back to the drawing board, or, is this something I can move forward with? Let your friends, close relatives know first, and then they'll give you the real feedback. They'll tell you like it is. That's why I try to get some real honest people in my circle. I don't like being surrounded by yes man, like, oh, what does this sound like? And I get feedback like, oh, that sounds good, that sounds cool. But I'm more or less looking at like, what makes it sound good, what makes it sound cool. That's what I try to ask. Some advice I would give to artists is ask yourself, what do you want from this rap game? What do you want to see yourself do? And a good way to do that is setting goals for yourself. You want to set yourself some goals, whether that be big or small. Like I said, after my song Dear God comes out, my next song probably won't be released until my page on Facebook hits 1,000 likes. Whereas right now I'm at 910 likes. So, I'll be gaining likes here and there. And then once I reach 1,000 likes on Facebook, you guys will get my new song. You heard it right here, right now. But until then, I'm going to put everything on pause for releasing music. And that'll give me time to work in the studio. That'll give me time to promote and network and reach out to people like you who are doing podcasts and radio shows. That'll give me time to reach out to DJs and people who are making playlists on Spotify. Like, can you listen to my song? Can you play my song? Can you give me feedback on my song? It'll give me time to work with other artists. You gotta give yourself like a plan, like a momentum. I have, my whole schedule mapped out. I got my whole month mapped out, photo shoots on Sunday. Sometimes things got to get rescheduled. Recording session with, a powwow drum group, step outside of your own genre. Don't work with just rappers. Don't work with just rockers, or just singers or just R&B. Expand your circles. You want to get out there and work with as many artists as you want to, because that'll get your name out there, and then your listeners will listen to them, and they'll get their name out there. it's a win-win. You know, what have you got to lose? That's like, you know, that's some advice that I could give to a lot of artists. If you guys are listening, dropping a few gems on you guys.
Hell yeah, man. That's excellent advice, man. I appreciate you dropping that for us, man.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, thanks for having me on here. A little bit information about myself. My name is Marlon Scott. You guys want to add me on Facebook? That's cool. Like I said, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram at The Last MLB. You know, reach out to me. I'll listen to your music. You know, I'll review your music. I'll put you on promo. I'll tell you how to get your shit on Spotify. I'll do that for you, man, because I want to see you guys win. I want to see my fellow artists win because I'm winning, you know, and I want to show you guys the way. I want to show artists how they can break through that glass ceiling that's holding them back. Because you see a whole lot of artists creating all this music, you know, dropping track after track or mixtape after mixtape. But, you know, they'll promote it for a day, a week or two, a month, and then they get to work on their next shit. But which is good. You want to keep that consistency. But as far as their promo, their marketing, they're not really nurturing their songs. They're not really putting the love and the effort that it deserves. So I see a lot of artists, their songs go unheard, and they wonder why. They're saying, you know, nobody's listening to my music. You know, I must not be that good, which is not true. There's a lot of great artists out there, and it's just sad to see all their talent go to waste because they couldn't figure out marketing and networking for themselves, and they give up on their dreams. And I just hate to see so much talent go to waste like that. So, you know, I'm gonna be here, you know, for you guys, and I want, you know, I'm kind of person that the industry probably won't like because I can do for you. You know, you can do for yourself probably everything a label does, but you know, that's the give and take. That's the price you pay for, you know, a label. That's the price you pay for promotion or quality. You know, some people got the money. Some people got, you know, money to, you know, promote themselves. Some people have the marketing skills to promote themselves, so they don't have to pay. You know, they can save money. You know, me, I'm not a beat maker, so, you know, I pay for my beats, you know, but, you know, I pay for quality beats, you know, and I save money I would save money if I made my own beats, which I don't. But that's kind of where, you know, the give and take comes in. And, you know, like I said, I just try to stay consistent with what I do. I try to follow through with my game plan. And whoever ain't with it, that's okay. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for myself. I'm not going to sit here and blame this person and that person. Because at the end of the day, the only person holding me back is me. You know, that goes for every, you know, vice versa for every other artist, you know, and whoever, in any field, in any business, you know. You want to treat this like a business if you really want to step your game up. That's some advice right there, too. I've got a question for you, bro. How long have you been doing podcasts? How long have you been doing interviews for artists? I see you got a lot of episodes. It's really cool.
I've been doing this since June 13th.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, this year, man.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
this
cool.
year. So
that's dope,
I'm
man.
hey, man, I'm freshly new, man. But you know what I mean. Hey, man, I love this, dog. I love it so much that you know, I get to expose these artists. I get to meet them first. You know what I mean? This is the first time that people are able to see them and hear them and be able to interact with them. So what I'm doing, man, is on a whole different level. Like, you know what I mean? People respect what I do because they're like, man, we don't have. It
sounds like you really enjoy.
Oh yeah, I love this. I love it. Nice. Oh man, I love the music. Yeah. I love the artists that I meet. You know what I mean? And this is like you were saying, man. Don't stick to one genre. Be all around. And that's what I've been doing. I've been putting different artists from all genres on this podcast and just giving it.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about, man.
Exactly, man. So let me ask you this, man.
Yeah.
Let's is Dear God gonna have a music video, man?
Dear God, you see, that's one thing we've been talking about. Shout out to my brother Frosty Clips. You can look him up. He's a videographer and he records a lot of skate videos. But he grew his following by recording our high school basketball team because they went to state this year in Nebraska. Shout out to Winnebago basketball team. And he started recording it. So he has a big following, and we started talking about how we can probably go forward with making a music video. And I think that would probably be a good song to have a video.
Oh yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
And I know music videos, music videos are the best medium for artists. You're getting a visual, you're getting audio, you're getting exposure, and people can share it. And that's one thing I haven't tapped into yet, is having a music video. But like I said, I'm a perfectionist, and that's also one thing that kind of holds me back. That's also one of my flaws, is being a perfectionist, because I want it to be so good that I'll wait and wait and wait, until like, a long time. Because like I said, this song actually is kind of old, but I just want to make sure everything is right. I want to make sure everything's in line, before I drop it, before I present it. Like I said, it comes out July 31st. That's not 2 weeks from now, but you can preview it right here, right now, get a fucking sample of it. But until then, I have that 2 weeks to promote my song, post it on my social media, post it on my Instagram, and let people know about it. I'm going to be dropping a lyric video. That's for sure, because that's probably one good thing I see a lot of artists doing. So that's kind of what I'm catching on to, is like I'm going to start making lyric videos for my songs, because I just started recently doing that. And I also do my own cover art. So you artists, get at me if you want some cover art for the low. Get at me if you want a lyric video for the low. That'll be, I'll put you on. Or if you want, I can show you how it's done. Like I said, I'm trying to help people, because I didn't have nobody helping me to get to this point. And I'm tired of, asking, for help and not getting any in return. So I'm trying to step my game up, talk to people higher up in the industry. How did you do it? Or can you help me out? Ask and you will receive, or else, like, if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no, or if you don't take the time to research your genre, research marketing, or research what you want to know about the industry, is like, why isn't this working for me? That all goes back to ask yourself, what do you want? Ask yourself, what do you see yourself doing in this game? What's your message? Things like that. What kind of ideas do you have for your brand? And how do you think that's gonna reflect who you are as an artist? That's kind of how I'm looking at the whole thing. Kind of how I look at my music.
Hell yeah, man. So have you done any performances? Have you done any live performances on any live streaming platform?
Yeah, not the live streaming platform. I started doing like little live videos on my Facebook. As far as like live performances, I have done, concerts. I've done little backyard shows. I've done house parties. Opened up for Little White before, of Hypnotized Minds. I opened up for Crazy Bone and Wishbone. They came to Sioux City, Iowa one day. Me and my bro, we opened up for those guys. I opened up for Stevie Stone from Strange Music one day. I performed a solo concert up in Sioux City one day. I was an opening act, but it was still fun. And I played a couple of local gigs with my crew up in Sioux City, Iowa, and South Sioux City. We played one show in Omaha, but we were really underground. Nobody came to see us. It was almost like a sound check when we went on stage. What else? My most recent performance, I played at Haskell Indian Nations University. That's my college. Shout out 155 Rascal Heights. That's my college, and I recently played a concert there last Halloween. That was the last show I played, and it was really fun. I had a lot of my classmates there supporting me. My roommate was recording me. So if you want to go on my Facebook, you can see a video of me playing a concert at my college, and give a shout out to my roommate for recording the video. It's just a live stream video of me playing like 3 of my songs. And I have a little bit of experience doing live shows. So, but like I said, the show we played in Omaha, we played a lot of those. I've played a lot of those empties. Like you have to perform in front of empty crowds sometimes. You got to get that experience. You got to get over that fear. Some artists have that stage fright, and I've been there. I've done that. I've sat in front of bars, with nobody in the dance floor. People are sitting there talking, had their backs to me, drinking beers on their phones, and I'm sitting up there, rapping my heart out, because I don't care. That's me. That's experience. That's all. That's going to be good experience under my belt. Because it don't matter if there's 2 people there listening to me, or 2,000 people or 200,000 people there. I'm going to rock it like nobody's watching. I'm going to rock it like there's no tomorrow, you know. I'm going to deliver the best performance that I can, you know. And I will say I have been improving on my live show because I take the time to rehearse. I rehearse in my room, you know, when I'm in my car driving. I'll be rapping, you know, going over my songs, you know, trying to come up with new songs. I'll be listening to beats, you know, just always trying to go to the drawing board and see what I can come up with, you know. But like I said, I'm only pushing a few songs. That's why I say it gives me more time to work on my own projects, my own crafts, and my own ideas. And once I come up with something solid, once I have a good game plan, then boom, I move forward with it. Let all my social media networks know, and you know that's kind of what I've been doing, and it's working. You know, it's effective. I just don't know. I'm just looking for other ways to expand my music. You know, expand my network, my circle, the people I work with. You know, shout out to all the producers I work with, the beat makers, the other artists I'm promoting. And it's just been really fun. It's been a really fun experience. I know what you're talking about when you say it's when you tap into, you know, other people's worlds and see what they're about. It's really interesting. One more thing I will say about myself: I'm Native American. I'm Winnebago tribe of Nebraska, Omaha Nation, and Spokane tribe of Washington. I'm ThunderClan. Also, Buffalo Clan. My Indian name is Kedachoga, which stands for Blue Sky. And yeah, that's a little bit of info about me. I like to grass dance. I dance at powwows, so I'm kind of cultural. I attend ceremonies with my family, you know, so I'm kind of a little bit traditional, you know. And I attend college, Haskell Indian Nations University. I'm a junior. I'm going for my bachelor's in Indigenous American Indian Studies. I hope to come back to the reservation someday and help my people in, you know, any way I can. I'm currently working as an intern for a summer program for my tribe's corporate company, which is called Ho Chunk Inc. or Ho Chunk Incorporated. And I'm currently working with Ho Chunk Farms. We have our own gardens and we have our own farms. We're growing food out here. It's been a really good experience. It's been a really good work experience. But they're also giving me like business tips, you know, like inside experience on like networking, inside experience on, you know, graphic design and distribution and stuff. So I'm like, man, I'm about to apply all that to my music. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to apply all that to my music brand and my label, my record label and my independence, you know, so I can own my masters and, you know, keep building and pushing forward and keep building up. Cause it's like, it's a 24/7 job. You know, I realize there's no breaks in this game. You know, nobody's going to stop for you. Nobody's going to, you know, wait for you to get your stuff together. You know, you got to let them know and then come with it, keep it going, keep it moving forward. Don't focus on your old songs. You got to keep moving forward for the next, you know, keep just, you know, and don't worry about your quality. You know, if you're really dedicated, you'll figure it out. I truly believe that if you really want to know, you're going to figure out a way to find, because I did it. Like I said, I've just been doing it for long enough that I'm kindly starting to get a good sense of where I stand in the industry, a good sense of, you know, how to reach out to other people. And that's you know, I got to give a shout out to my tribe, Winnebago tribe of Nebraska. Thank you for being my people. Thank you for being my community and standing behind me and listening to my music and, you know, just putting up with my nonsense for all these years. And, you know, thank you, JD, for having me on your podcast. It's been really cool, man. You know, yeah.
All right, big dog. Let me ask you this, man. What was it feeling like doing your first concert, and what was it like? What were you going through at the time whenever you were opening up for a big artist like Little White? Like, how'd that make you feel?
Oh man, it was like, okay, so like I thought you meant like my very first concert. Yeah, my first concert, like, oh yeah, my first concert in the city. Yeah, it was really fun. It was really exciting because I'm not gonna lie, I think there were some people from my hometown who were kind of jealous. I don't know if it was just my ego or what, but I don't know. I think because it's not that we had a whole lot of people coming out to see us either. But like I said, I'm from the reservation, and we have to travel to Sioux City to open up for artists like that. You know, big artists aren't going to come to the res and to a little about the middle, gas money, And then, that's money to get get into the venue, and then tickets, and then the bar, and then, there's merchandise to be sold. So it's not like people always had money to come up. I'm not trying to say, people are broke, but we're kind of pitiful. And like at the time, most of our fans were young and underage. So, and we were underage ourselves. We were only like 18, 19, straight out of high school. And we were opening up. Yeah, we opened up for Little White. And, a lot of our fans were under 21. And that was kind of that's always a big issue when you're if you're a young artist and your fans are young, and, you get asked to play big shows like that. You got to think about things like that. You got to think about, how am I going to sell these tickets? How much can I sell them for? And then, who's all going to buy them? And then who's all going to show up? You got to come with that stuff sometimes. And then you got to think about, who's going to be on your marketing team for promotion? Who's going to help you promote, make flyers and do this and that? You kind of got to have all that together. Whereas like, we were just like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And then we kind of, unprepared for all that. So there was a couple of times we had all our fans at the door, and they weren't allowed to be in because they were all under 21. And we were like, no, they're here for a concert. And they're like, no, they're probably going to drink or something. So there was a lot of issues we had. And, one of our group members was under 21, and we were like, well, he can't be here either. And I was like, well, he's one of the performers, so you better know that. That was funny though. It was fun times. It was really exciting. I got to take picture with Lil White. I didn't get to hang out with him too much because he looked really tired and like drained. He just wanted to go back to his tour bus and kick it. Same thing with Crazy Bone and Wishbone. I did not get to see them. It was really crowded, and people were crowding around them trying to get their autograph and their picture. And I got done performing too, so I'm just trying to kick it and enjoy my little success and be like, yeah, I had fun, but I didn't get to meet Crazy. I heard a couple people from my town did get to meet Crazy Bone and Wishbone, and they got to hug them and say hi and stuff. So that was really cool. That was really fun. I got to shake Steve Stone's hand from Strange Music. I'm not sure if Steve Stone is still on Strange no more. He might be, but he was a really fun artist to open up for. And these are, like I said, these are really small bars, really small venues. But yeah, it's exposure. We got to showcase our music at the time. We got to put ourselves out there, and that was really fun. We started having like a group of college kids come and see us. They were like, "Hey man, we're starting to feel your music, see you guys and stuff." So it's a really fun experience getting to play concerts. As far as my first performance, this was at a high school junior high dance in my hometown, and then the DJ was there. We asked him if we could play one of our songs, and then he's like, yeah, go ahead. Because most of the people we went to school with anyway, and everybody knew we were trying to rap, me and my bro. So we played a little concert in front of our friends at a junior high dance. People probably don't really remember it, but it was really fun. And I'm not going to lie, that was when I had my stage fright. That's when I was scared to be on the microphone. That was when I was scared to be in front of people. I was just like, I was still in my shell, in my comfort zone. I was scared to step outside. I was scared to throw my voice out there. Whereas like now, man, I'm all over the place with it. I made a big improvement from then. Where it's like I'd be up on stage, like shoes untied, fumbling around, almost dropping the mic, mumbling around on the mic. That's another thing too. You want your stage presence to be there. You want people to know what you're saying. Some artists, I've done it myself. You get too quiet on the mic and you can't hear what you're saying. Sometimes you run out of breath, Sometimes, sometimes people freeze up. Sometimes you just straight don't do anything. And that happens, which you don't want to. Which I will say, you want to have a backup plan in case something goes wrong on stage. You want to have a backup plan in case the speakers die, or the beat gets fucked up, or you forget your lyrics. You want to have a backup freestyle, something off the top of the dome that's going to help you recover. Because I've done that so many times where my bro messed up or I messed up and I had to recover for them. And it's like nobody in the audience knew that we messed up, but we knew we messed up because we're the ones who made the music, But like, yeah, and that goes back to rehearsing. Always rehearse your music. Always make sure you're ready. Like I said, that was back then. We were very unprepared, but I was
Hell yeah, that's dope, bro.
stick to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that was really fun for me. We played in concerts. I liked to skateboard a lot. A couple more things about me. I like to skateboard. I like to play video games. You can add me on Xbox Live. I play Fortnite a lot. That's cross network. I know. We can bust on Call of Duty, or we can game up on Battlefield. I like to play Grand Theft Auto 5. So if you want to add me, it's just like my Twitter handle at the last MOB. Add me on there. Follow me. Check me out on Insta. Give me a shout out. I'll give you a shout out. Vice versa. Hit me up.
Hell yeah, man. So let's talk about your collabs, man. Do you have any future collabs in the works right now?
Yeah, dude. Remember I was telling you guys about my friend Dion who recently passed away?
Yeah.
We have old recordings of him, and his little brother, his name is Native Mind, David Bardo. That's his little brother. I think he should have him, because he rapped too. And, shout out to David, shout out to Native Mind, All In Entertainment. Dion has old vocals on this old mixer that I have. So I think we're going to try to put together like a collaboration, in his memory. So we're going to have to take his vocals, put them on a new beat with the same tempo, and then record our verses over it, and then I'll finish what he started. You know what I'm saying? Then he has a couple songs on there where we can work around. So that's one collaboration I'm looking forward to working on. Rest in peace to Dion. Like I said, condolences. Another collaboration I'm working on is with a Winnebago drum group here. They need somebody to record them. So I'm going to be their sound engineer, their recording engineer for them. So, and also another one of my bros, Alfonso Savage Click Laura. Shout out to my homie for reaching out to me. He wants to start doing a collab soon. So, and you guys want to look him up. He's on Facebook and Instagram too. Alfonso Savage Click Laura. So that's probably the next collab I'll be doing. Other than that, I really don't collab too much. Oh, I do have 2 collaborations on my SoundCloud with 2 of my bros who are also native. Shout out to JFT Gerb and Jerry Dobbs. I asked them both to be on this podcast with you, and I think Jerry Dobbs is for sure. So, but be sure to be on the lookout for Jerry Dobbs. I want you to check out his music, and hopefully he reaches out to you. And I hope you guys. I think you guys are going to link up because he has some good music, and he has collaborations that he can tell you about. He came to the studio and did music with me. He's doing shows in Sioux City. He's doing everything. I was dropping mixtape with his friends and stuff, so I really like it for him. Same thing with JFT Gerb. He's an artist from my community, Winnebago, Nebraska, who is also Winnebago tribe. And, shout out to him, Just the Family, or Just for the Family, just the family thing. My bad, JFT Gerb. That's my little bro, Tristan Decora. Look those guys up, Tristan Decora and Jerry Dobbs. Those guys are really cool. They're making music. And those are 2 artists in my corner that I'm probably always going to be collaborating with. They don't even have to pay for studio time. They can just come over, or they can just email me and stuff. I want them to know that, other people, they kind of gotta pay for my time,
Dope, bro. So, what are your biggest influences right now?
Dang, right now at the moment, so I have a lot of influences. This girl named Monica Strutt. She's been really helpful. She's from Australia. She's a playlist curator and a music promoter. She's also a band consultant and a musician guide. So she's been kind of helping me, coach me through my business marketing game plan, and helping me improve that, helping me improve my schedule, helping me manage my time. Because I've been getting into her podcast. Her podcast is really dope. Burstamo's YouTube channel. They've been a really big influence on me lately. As far as artists, like I said, Nipsey Hussle, Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, R.I.P. Excuse me. And a lot of new artists, Post Malone, and I like the old school artists like 36 Mafia and Juicy J is always cool. I really love Juicy J's music. Dr. Dre, of course, the Godfather. Meek Mill, I really like Meek Mill stuff. 2 Chains, really cool. Machine Gun Kelly, of course, Eminem. You know, Tech Nine is one of my big influences. Tech Nine, because he's from the Midwest, Kansas City, Missouri. Shout out Casey Mo, Strange Music. I really love Tech. Bone Thugs and Harmony, Kid Cudi, Ace Hood. Ace Hood is one of my favorites. Plies, Rick Ross, Drake. I even like I said, I like other artists too. I really like Taylor Swift. I really like some of her songs. Halsey, I really feel her stuff. Halsey has cool music. Adele, Lana Del Rey, SZA, some of the up and coming artists. I think what was his name? 21 Savage, Kodak Black. Those guys, those guys got some really good music coming out, and I just really enjoy everyone's like their movement. I'm kind of trying to look at how new artists do their thing, and I'm kind of trying to follow suit, see how it works for me, see how it does for me. And of course, all these up and coming, local artists, local artists are always a big influence on me, because it's like, man, you guys are doing it. I'm not so alone out here, Whereas like a lot of people, they get that, oh, it's so lonely at the top mentality, Whereas like, that was true at one time. It was kind of lonely at the top, because back in the day, it was hard to get in the studio. It was hard to make music. You had to actually, oh yeah, I know what the fuck you're doing. But when you're like, oh, nowadays anybody can make music with invest in a home studio, make a demo. That's why I said it's not so hard to get your name out there, become an established artist. But people are stuck in that old mind frame that, oh, it's lonely at the top. So they kind of solidify themselves. They put themselves in like a solitary confinement type of mentality, and they don't mess with other artists, or they think they're too good to promote themselves, or they think they're too good to market their music. They think, oh yeah, my music's so good, I'm just gonna post it on SoundCloud, and somebody's gonna come along and discover me, and then I'll have people doing that for me. And it's like, no, they're not, dude. And it's like, even when you have people doing that for you, you're paying them to do that for you. So it's like, either you're gonna put money into this and have someone do that for you, or you're gonna figure it out yourself, And that's kind of what I'm trying to do, because I've been there. Like I said, I've done that already. I've posted music and it didn't go nowhere, and I'm sat there thinking, what's going on? I don't know, what am I doing wrong? Whereas it's like, it's not, you're not doing anything wrong. It's what you're not doing right. You got to think outside the box, and you don't have to work harder. You got to work smarter. A lot of artists, you don't even got to put out as much music as you think you do. You don't even have to work as hard as you think you do. You just have to work smarter. But you're not going to do that if you never learn. So it's up to you to take the time to educate yourself and do some research. Take a year off or two to learn mixing, mastering, promotion, A&R campaigns, and learn to ad campaigns, learn how to market, learn how to make videos. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to learn how to make music videos. I'm trying to learn how to make lyric videos. I'm trying to get better at my cover art. I'm trying to learn mixing and mastering, because that's a really hard skill to learn in the industry, and it's a really valuable tool, but it's also an art form in itself, which is, really cool. So the possibilities are endless. It's as far as you want to take it, how far you want to dig deep. It's all up to you. Your future is in your hands. That's the message I have. More influences. I will say creator, Mauna, aka God, aka the King of all kings. I'm a man of faith. Like I said, I attend ceremonies with my family. We go to sweat lodge. Sometimes I carry the rocks in, and I gotta sing for them. And that's something that's been really helping me out throughout the years, is staying true to my culture. My culture is a really big influence on me. Powwow music, I listen to a lot of powwow music that probably influences my style. Yellowhammer, it's a drum group. Iyabe, and of course my local community drum groups, Whitetail Boys, and there's a couple others. But oldies, I'm influenced by oldies. I don't know who doesn't love oldies. If you don't listen to oldies, I don't know if we can be friends. I love all the old school jams. Motown, Al Green, Creedence Clearwater Revival, even 80s music. Cyndi Lauper, my mom put me on. That's all she used to listen to when we were kids was oldies and power music. So I kind of came up on that. When I was in junior high, when I was in high school, I was a metalhead. I listened to nothing but heavy metal music. I was into Slipknot, Korn, Limp Bizkit, Nine Inch Nails, Rage Against the Machine, Disturbed, Taproot, 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, Marilyn Manson. I don't know if anybody knows this, but my name Mob Scene is actually a play on one of Marilyn Manson's songs. It's called Mob Scene. So that's a little info about me, my influences.
That's lit, bro. Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. So let me ask you this, man.
What's up?
If you could collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Dang. Okay, so artist dead or alive. All right, artist dead, probably Nipsey Hussle or Mac Miller, because I really loved it for these guys, and I remember listening to Nipsey Hussle, not knowing. That's what it was like. A lot of times I'll just listen to music and not really know who the artist is. I'll just listen to it and I'll feel it. But then once I start asking, like, dang, who's this? Who's this? And then somebody's like, oh, this is Nipsey Hussle. Remember he was on Killer with Drake. And I was like, oh, I remember that song. You remember Killer, right? That song was the best, So then once I heard that, and then I heard his solo mixtape, and I was like, dang, I really hope Nipsey Hussle sticks with it. And I feel like if he sticks with it, he's going to fucking blow up, Which he did. I just didn't expect, him to check out so soon. And same thing with Mac Miller. I remember hearing about Mac Miller coming out of Pittsburgh, and I was like, dang, isn't that where Wiz is from? And then it's like, oh, duh, I found out they went to the same high school. And I was like, dang, man, that's crazy. And then once I started finding out that, like, all these rappers are, like, kind of around my age limit, my age area, and I was like, well, maybe it's not so far-fetched that, I'm trying to live my dream and do what I'm trying to do. So it's like, I would really love to listen to, or to have Mac Miller in the studio, or to even just collaborate with him, whether it's email, through live video chat, it would just be cool. He seemed like a really nice person, and it's just sad that we have to see these guys go too soon.
Dope, bro. That's dope, man. So
Nipsey and Mac, RIP. Yeah, it's not cool.
Hell yeah, big dog. So how is your music going to evolve from here?
All right, well, that's a good question, because I have purchased a few amount. I have looking at some beats that I got from Wishmaster Beats and Alex Collins Productions. Shout out to them. They sent me some beat packs, and they sent me some really good music to work with. They're kind of, different styles of beats, and some of them are kind of outside my comfort zone. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm working on kind of looking for like a sound, kind of looking for my own style. But I think that's going to come easier with time. The more music I make, I'm already confident in my content. I'm already confident in my songwriting. I'm already confident enough to the point where I want to release music on Spotify and iTunes, which I already have, So I'm not worried about that. What I am focused on is, yes, like you said, evolving my sound. And I want to try to make more lo-fi stuff, lo-fi hip hop. I want to try to make more like mellow type, harmonic, if that makes any sense. I want to try to tap into that side more. Because if you listen to most of my stuff, like I said, a lot of it's aggressive. A lot of it's like hard trap beats, hard, bass, get you pumped up type music, I kind of want to break away from that and start doing, like softer songs, do a little bit more like emotional. I want to get more passionate about, what I feel in my music, and talk about different things. And I think switching my sound up to a little bit more softer will help me do that. So that's exactly what I'm trying to evolve my sound into right now.
Hell yeah, big dog. That's what's up. So, you got any special shout outs you want to give?
Move my sound from not so much rapping. Yeah, maybe move my sound from not so much rapping, but maybe try to incorporate a little bit of singing into my music. But yes, shout outs. Yeah, my people were asking me about this, and I hit them up. You see me post my status asking people who wanted a shout out. So yeah, let's get started with the shout outs. Thank you for having me. My first shout out, JD or JG. Thank you for having me, bro. Like you said, it's been really cool. You putting me on this podcast. And like I said, I do have a couple artists who want to get on there. Shout out to them. That includes Jerry Dobbs and JFT Gerb, maybe Taman Ray. We'll see. Shout out to my bro Jaime Rodriguez, Product G. Shout out to my classmate Zach, my bro Joseph J. Sickett, OG Bay, my bro Mario Tapia, my bro Adam Munoz, Bo Weezy, my auntie Janet, my bro Justin Rhodes, Crossroads, my bro David Walker, Big Poppy 23, Adam Monfort, my bro Zane Prentice, old school friend from InMed, my brother Javier Anthony, Chun Lord they call him, my bro Taman Cobbs, aka Taman Ray, what up, bro? Frosty Clips, what's up? JFT Gerb, what up? Choking Nasty, my bro Reese Walker, Freddie Fred, what up, bro? We gotta get on a collab sometime. My bro E-Dub, John Earwood. Also, my bro Lehigh, what up, Juggalo? Whoop whoop Ninja. My boy Cayman Grant, what's up, little brother? And that's about it, man. I want to give a big shout out to my family too, and I want to give a shout out to Creator, God. That's about it.
Hell yeah, big dog. So you got any final words you want to say?
I will say, everybody out there, be safe, be good to yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself, pray for one another, be good to one another, respect each other. Artists, reach out to each other, help each other grow. Don't hate on each other so much. Just be good to each other and be good to yourself. Give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't turn molehills into mountains. Don't make this harder than it has to be. Everybody going through hard times, hang in there. Just pray. I'll pray for you, all the mourners, all the people going through hard struggles. I'm thinking about you, all the people around the world, our soldier boys and our soldier girls. Think about them. Think about the people who don't have much and stuff, and appreciate what you have, and just think about them today. That's kind of all I want to say, bro. Thank you for having me.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Mob Sing. Everyone go check him out. Go follow his music. Go hit his YouTube page up. Give him love. Support him. And let's share his...
At the last MOB. At the last MOB.
The last MOB on Twitter. Remember that. Make sure you go check him out. Everyone stay safe. Have a blessed night. This is Strictly for the Music podcast, and we're gone.